Welcome to Cloudy Thoughts. I'm your host, LoFi Monk. And man, we got a show for you today. We have a lot of guests, as you can see. We had the Google for Game Developer Summit, and there's quite a bit to talk about. I know everybody's got a lot of thoughts and things. There's been things going around, but we're going to go ahead and get into it, man. Tonight on the show, we've got Mayne Games, Windstar715, Suave, and PurpleHaze. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
What up? What up? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, Google for Game Developers Summit.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's just jump on in. All right. So the first thing, before we even get started, I got a little video here. It's real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and play it real quick for you. It's pretty much just the key takeaways from the event. And yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna hit that up.
Hi, I'm Karine, and here are the highlights we shared at the Google for Games Developer Summit. Thank you so much for joining the Stadia keynote today, and thank you to all of our partners and to Stadia players for your ongoing support. When we introduced Stadia, we outlined one of our most important ambitions, to make it easier for players to discover and instantly play great games. That hasn't changed, and in the coming weeks you'll see some big changes in the Stadia store. We're making it possible for people to browse games in our store without needing to log into or create a Stadia account. It also will be easier for players to find Stadia game pages through Google Search, and for you, our partners, to bring players to your games through unique click-to-play links. Click-to-play trials enable players to try your full game on Stadia in seconds. Players can jump in and try your game without having to pay anything or even signing up for a Stadia account. In that first public test, we found that players are about 35% more likely to respond to a click-to-play trial promo than a traditional buy or claim message. We intend to offer click-to-play trials as an option for all partners and their games on Stadia in 2022. Discoverability is the key to a game's success, but the key to a successful gaming platform is its developer experience. We're continuing to build new tools and functionality to make it easier than ever to bring your games to Stadia. One of the ways we're doing this is with what we call low-change porting. Our low-change porting initiative contains multiple components, from libraries that auto-translate DirectX, to improved Unity and Unreal support, to cloud-native playtest and QA workflows. We're testing these tools with a group of partners and expect to roll them out more broadly this year. In addition to making it easier to bring your games on Stadia, we want your partnership with Stadia to be more rewarding. The affiliate marketing program enables participating publishers to earn additional revenue by bringing new players to Stadia with their unique click-to-play link. After using the link to create a Stadia account and enjoy a free month trial of Stadia Pro, each player that converts to a paid Pro subscription equals $10 paid to the publisher by Google. As promised, we're planning on expanding access to the affiliate marketing program by June 2022. And don't forget to visit stadia.dev to apply to become a Stadia developer and access many of the programs we've talked about. We've also been expanding our efforts to help customers take advantage of our platform technology and deliver games directly to players. Our first step was to define our product in collaboration with expert partners across Google, with the goal of offering everything our customers need to build, launch, and optimize a direct-to-consumer business based on incredible streaming technology that enables gameplay on as many screens as possible. So in partnership with our colleagues at Google Cloud, we've developed a new offering called Immersive Stream for Games. It's designed around all the needs we've just described: advanced streaming technology, the right tools to port games easily, powerful discovery features, and the analytics you need to optimize a direct-to-consumer business. There are so many ways we can work with you to provide your experiences directly to players, from trials to full games, to subscription bundles, or even entire storefronts. Those were just a few of the highlights from the Dev Summit. Catch the full keynote and deep dive sessions at the link you see here.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't like the dev summit lasted a while, and there was a lot. It was pretty dense for if you're not a technical person. But I mean, that video really kind of highlights like the main takeaways, like I said. So the first thing that stuck out to me was the click to play trials. What do you guys think about that, Mayne?
I think that it's great because I think that in services like this, I think honestly any other service should be doing this. Is that you should be allowing people to test out the games that they want to either try out or they want to have a demo. I think everything should have a demo so that way you can decide what you want to play and when you want to play it. And I think it's a great offering and should be done throughout other services as well. And I think it's a great feature that I would absolutely be using, because sometimes I want to be able to play a game or try a game out. A trailer isn't always going to cut it, I think. So it's always good to be able to offer those people, or just to say, hey, try this game out, tell us what you think. If you like it, pick it up. But we're giving you that time so you can decide for yourself, get your hands on time with it, and then you can make that decision for yourself. So I think it's a great idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of feel like it should have kind of already been there. But I mean, Stadia's making strides. It's every game's optimized differently. So you don't know how it's going to run for you. You know what I mean? Like, just because the game you're playing right now runs well for you,
right,
doesn't mean that game that you really want is going to.
Yeah,
so I think it's a really good idea.
I've had that happen to me a couple of games on different services, and that same thing has happened. And so by you being able to try these games out and have demos of them, extended amount of time or whatever, whether it's 60 minutes, 30 minutes, or however long they give you, it's a good indicator of whether or not it's a right fit for you. So, I mean, yeah, whether or not it should have been done a long time ago, there have been trials and demos and things like that. But I think this is great, and I think it's something that should be done more often, honestly, for other platforms in general too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, the whole dev summit was really kind of like, it was targeted towards game developers, right? So it's like, it seems like what they really unveiled there was like, hey, we got the tools for anyone, no matter if you're a AAA game developer or if you're an indie developer or, anywhere in between. They got tools for you to be able to get where you're going, whether it's on Stadia or really anything. It's a whole, they have a whole marketing campaigns just like lined up for you, What the other thing with the click to play trials is it's supposed to be they're supposed to be bringing click to play in Google search results. So you got discovery tools as a developer, so you can be found and people actually come and play your game. Like back in the day in online, their entire library had like right off the bat, as soon as they started, every game had a 30-minute demo, and you could try any of them, and like you could play them over and over again if you wanted.
We need to talk about that, because at some point, because I didn't really get into OnLive like that, and it seemed like all the stories you're telling me, it was a really cool service. I heard about it, but I never really got a chance to dive deep into it. So that seemed like they had a lot of cool features, a lot of offerings that are starting to still come about now and be implemented. So that's pretty cool, and I think that this is great, man. Once again, I think it's great, and I want to know what, like, to me, it's about how long. I think also is what's going to determine the length of time that they're going to allow us to play, because I know some games are for, like I mentioned, 30 minutes. Some in the past, some have been for an hour, some have been for 2 hours, some have been, okay, you can only play it for this amount of time. And then, like, some demos in the past, for other platforms, it's okay, well, you can play this demo once, but after that you're gonna have to make a decision. So those are the kind of things that I'm wanting to know, how they're going to implement that and kind of which direction to go in terms of that also. Yeah,
I think that if you don't mind me chiming in,
no, go ahead, please.
That Google send that whole bit that you just we just showed, they're really like opening the door to help people that's trying to develop games. So if you're that guy that you always wanted that opportunity, you got something good, and you've been going to different developers and trying to get a job and really get out there, people turn you down. Google saying, look, we're opening the doors, you know. And
Right.
honestly, Google has always been like that. Like if you want a job at Google, it's really not hard to get a job there at Google, you know.
Yeah.
And it's talking to some of the people that I know that work for Google, they tell me, man, it's very relaxed. It's not stressful. It's not a stressful job. You know what I'm saying? It's very soothing, you know what I'm saying? And who wouldn't want to do that? So in this project, you got the whole cloud gaming. That is new. That's like still new to gaming. So to put that out there, like, hey, you want to be a part of this new technology? You got ideas? Come on in. You know?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
huge. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it almost feels like YouTube, but for game developers, like in the sense of like how it is in the back end for YouTubers. Like you don't have to be, nobody even has to know you. You can get on YouTube, start your channel up, you know, and go. And Google gives you all these tools to get where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's big that they're allowing it open to all developers and partners. So, you know, like as of right now, you see different types of demos that just launched, like as of like today. You know, from RPGs to racing games and all sorts of games. Jack's Party Box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know SQUIDdzz is doing a lot of, so shout out to SQUIDdzz. I know he was doing a lot of the demo of the trials today. So yeah, but the one that I'm most interested is the East 9, the RPG. And it's crazy that they allow you to demo the game for 2 hours, and with that,
oh wow, 2 hours.
Yeah, with that, I believe like you're able to carry over, since it's Stadia, you'd be able to carry over all your game saves and all of that whenever you decide to purchase it. It's like your save file is always going to be there, which is awesome. So if you like, and you know, if it's like with Stadia, they do the full game and it's not like a partial like, you know, like a partial
Right, we're gonna remove this, we're gonna remove that, but you can still play the game. You're not locked. Yeah,
it's the whole
That's
full
what I think
title.
is really cool. Yeah.
only thing you're gated by is the time, and I think that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's a smart move. I think we're gonna. So one thing I noticed on that video in the background in print, it says they want to make it available for all titles on Stadia in 2022.
Yeah.
Now they kicked it off with Risk of Rain 2, but then today I noticed if you go into the Stadia store, there's a trial for Rainbow Six Siege, and you know, a couple other things. So we're starting to see a whole lot of demos. Yeah. Oh, that's a 2 hour one too.
Yep. You can play that for 2 hours.
Wow.
That's dope. That's cool, man.
That's cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other cool thing is,
hold on, not Siege. Extraction is what I was thinking.
Extraction.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of, not Siege.
Well,
but Siege is free with Stadia Pro.
For the weekend, right?
So like till the 24th. So do you want to throw that?
Nice.
Well, it's even free without Pro because I don't have Pro and I'm able to play it for free.
Oh, so it's just free in general.
Yeah, these demos are available. You don't even have to sign up.
Yep.
For Siege right now? Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So as soon as you send me the message, I went and checked it out. I was like, wow.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my old Discord that I just made an exit from. Sorry guys if you're watching. But I left the Risk of Rain 2 link in there, and quite a few of them tried it, and I've gotten friend requests from all kinds of people that I don't even know. Just from that.
It's the beauty of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still haven't replied to my friend request I sent you, but
we'll get to that later, Swab. But
it's okay.
No, but I mean that's a big deal, you know. That's a really big deal that people, because how do you tell somebody to come and try it out when they have to put in a credit card and all this other stuff to even get a look?
Yeah.
So I really like that they opened it up that way, also to the players.
Dude, did you even hear that she said you get a free month of Pro when you get on there before even purchasing it? You know?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So think about
Well, that's
a new person coming out and they just want to experiment and try some games. Dude, there's so many games on Pro right now. It's gonna blow their mind. Seriously.
right. I mean, it's not the AAA blockbusters or anything right now.
Mm-mm.
I mean, cloud gaming is still early, but that's coming. Because the other thing they talked about at the developer summit was the low change porting for Windows, for games on Windows. So I can't go into too much detail about it because it's kind of over my head a little bit here. But the big takeaway is that it's not an emulator. So I mean, like, mine isn't an emulator anyway on Linux, but it's more like a translator, sort of, in a way. So anyway, my point is it's not like one click and boom, it works, coming from Windows, right? But it's a lot less work than it was before. And from what I was hearing, like earlier, I was watching Four Scars. They were talking about how, like, the Google team got involved a lot when it came to porting, helping porting over, and like this takes a whole lot of the workload off of them, so they can move and work on other features. So that's really big news. I suspect that we'll see a lot of games coming this year just because of that. I'm not gonna say thousands or nothing like that, but it's gonna be something good.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure we're going to get something that's going to come to the platform. I mean, they make these announcements to give the developers and also just the people watching some sign of expectation, or say, hey, look, we're working on some stuff here. This is what these features, these things that we're working on behind the scenes are for. This is going to lead up to X, Y, and Z, or being able to play X, Y, and Z title. And so I think that's for sure going to happen. It is exciting. It's just, for me, I want to be able to see what kind of games or what kind of things they want to do and how they want to implement those features. Like, as far as like, how are they going to tie it in? Because I'm sure they're going to do some kind of promotions with them and things like that, or just to get people, excited about, or just understanding what's going to happen with it, or where they're going to go, or how they're going to tie it in for this game, or other things like that, other services. So I want to see how they're going to implement that, and at what capacity we're going to, like, what that library is going to be like. That's what I'm interested in. What can we expect? Can we expect something unexpected? I think, to me, that kind of thing is exciting. Just the fact that now we're talking about porting, and we're talking about all these different things, and now it's like, okay, what can we expect to see and when? That's what I'm excited about, the mystery of it all.
Right. And the fact that it can only get better. It's like, I feel like this is like Stadia is a fire and they just poured gasoline on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say this though, and this is something that's crazy. At the beginning of this year, man, they announced that they're gonna have about 300 to 400 games on Stadia this year alone.
Ooh.
So that's crazy, What I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's
especially in comparison.
For them to even say something like that at the beginning of the year, deals has been made, things been going on that we didn't even know that was going on. That's a lot of games, man. 300 to 400 games in a year.
Yeah,
that's a lot of games, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even if it's like trash games that you know what I'm saying,
it's games.
It may be trash games, but think about all the other games that's
well,
not gonna be trash.
That
games,
comes down to a matter of opinion, because a lot of people talk about how we don't have the AAA games, but the truth is like, for me, for instance, I'm a very casual player. Give me a game, let me play. If it's fun, I'll play it.
Right, I'm the same way. Because what is that new game? Dawn of the Monsters, man. That game just came out, and I cannot get away from that game, man. I can't get away from it.
Oh, after what you showed me today, oh man, it changed my life.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, I think you just you just have to experiment, and if you like it, it's good. That's why I think the whole 2-hour thing, free, is good, because if you don't know if this is a game that you like in the first 30 minutes or an hour, then it's not gonna be a game that you like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll
Yeah,
know.
you
You'll
know.
know in the first about 30 minutes. You'll know. And if you
It'll
still
suck you
even
in.
playing it, if you still even playing it for 30 minutes, you like it because
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. That's how I know if
You
I like a
know?
game. If I come back to it.
Yep.
If I come back to it, then I can't even sit here and say no, I don't like it.
Correct.
right.
'Cause I used to say all the time I hate PUBG, but it's like I
Yeah.
keep going back to it.
I know, right?
You know that,
I think also it's
feel the same
cool.
way.
It's cool too because like it's not just the fun factor, right? Like for me, there's certain games that I've had a conversation with somebody today about one. There's one game in particular, Judgment, that I would love to play. It just does not run well for me, right? So for
Right.
whatever reason, there's Division 2, all these other games went great. It's just there's certain titles you come across that just may not work for you at that point in time. This is also
Cyberpunk.
right. So this is also a great way to decide that too. You don't want to say, hey, I'm going to spend my 30, 40, 50, whatever amount of money on this game with the intent of being able to play it without any hindrances. Well, this will also be able to give you an opportunity to see if that is going to actually work for you. So I think this is also a great way to go about it too. So there's a fun factor, right? If a game's going to keep your attention, but there's also the performance factor too, that this offering, this demo time is a great way to decide that too.
For sure, man. Purple. I know you'll have a little bit of insight on this. The next thing that I caught from all that was the affiliate marketing program. They want to bring new players in with a 1 month free trial. Or no, what is it? You can okay, so with your demo link, if you're a developer, you put out your demo link to the public, and you can bring in new players to your game by offering a 1 month free trial, and any players that convert to Stadia Pro members from that, they get a $10 commission from that. Wasn't it $10 or something like that?
Yeah, $10.
Yeah, I think that's what I said. Yeah.
But yeah, these are more tools to earn, especially if you're a small developer.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. You know, it's just trying. I really think what Google's trying to do is, you know, create a sustainable business in the cloud. You know, we talk about it a lot that this is a very early stages of cloud gaming. But I'm not sure if people have an appreciation for like just the business model of cloud and how that works. And I think, you know, we're starting to see like, is this, you know, how is this sustainable for not only the developer? How do we bring players into the cloud to really build that community? And as we know, more players there's more incentive to start to develop games, like actually cloud native games. So I think it's a really great deal. I think it also, you know, we don't really talk about it as much, but just giving developers and publishers a way to actually know who their players are directly. Like if you think about it, the kind of the market research that comes out, it's always controlled by like consoles or third-party researchers. But now we're really giving developers, game creators, a way to look at like, hey, not only what their players are playing in the game, but if we think about like this now being on search, this now being on YouTube, we can really start to say like, hey, potentially I have the majority of my players are women, and it's this type of woman. Like maybe we could start to now target games for that. Like I think that is like just huge.
It'll open new avenues and new niches.
Right. So I think you're starting to see like this like kind of pieces coming together for a full like business model or just.
Well, I mean, Google really has to like blaze the trail because this is new. You know, they have to kind of figure. I mean, everybody's figuring it out.
Yeah, no, I think you know, I had the pleasure of talking to someone recently who's pretty senior in the Stadia the team there on the business side, and what he stressed to me was really interesting. He said, you know, right now everybody looks at cloud gaming as speculative, regardless of the marketing going on, whatever. Everybody's looking at it as speculative, and everybody's trying to figure out who's going to be the first one to really make it work. And that's for the publishers. Like, you know, the big publishers are kind of tippy-toeing around. Obviously, we've seen what Ubisoft has done, but for the most part, they're all kind of just circling, right? We look at players, like we haven't really seen a solid player base move to the cloud,
Right.
the cloud providers. So I really think this is incentivizing some of these more smaller studios. You know, Suave mentioned it earlier. Someone who thinks they have it, someone who understands the tech and understands their vision. I think it's really ripe for disruption, and I'm really excited for, you know, what comes out of what's been planted, or what, you know, the Game Developers Summit kind of laid out there. So really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, Stadia was definitely disruptive. I mean, I think it forced Microsoft's hand into xCloud. I think xCloud is out a lot earlier than they really wanted it to be. It's starting to catch up by leaps and bounds. But I don't think at the time when they released it to everybody that they were like really ready for that. I think they really had their hand forced there.
Yeah, I mean, I think MM2K earlier this week did a video. I think it was this week. He did. It just popped up on my feed and I watched it. And in it, he goes through this article that's talking to some studios who have been working with Stadia. And I think what's really important, I know, you know, later in the show you wanted to talk about, it's all cloud gaming, you know, it's all together.
Yeah.
But I do want to stress that not all clouds are created equal, right?
Oh no doubt, right?
And so that is a big thing that I think Stadia is showing, that they are really trying to lead on what can be possible in the cloud for gaming. As others, I think, are trying to lead on like how cloud gaming could maybe be complementary to something, and others are looking at how it could just maybe be like I said, the speculative bit that, like, yes, we have it too,
Right.
You know, so I really think it's going to be interesting how this plays out, because some people are making big bets in certain places and other people are not. So I'm really. Right. From that perspective, I'm always curious what's going to happen, and the fact that it seems like Stadia is really trying to be the where the game is built or played, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think if you're a Stadia player, that's exciting.
Well, I mean, another one of the key takeaways was because going back to being disruptive, you know, it's the direct to consumer. The part where she talked about direct to consumer, the build, launch, optimize. And that, like, do you need a publisher if you're a game developer at that point? Do you need somebody reaching their hand in your pocket and taking a percentage anymore if you can do this? Nah. It may be a smaller pond, but you're going to get a bigger slice of the pie.
Yeah.
And that's going to be attractive.
Not only that, but I like the fact that they are making room for, well, I'm going to say this. They're not making it difficult for you to try this new technology. Because it was like, well, you know, maybe we took a poll and people were saying, hey, I don't have a Google account or anything like that. Oh, okay, now you don't have to have one. Matter of fact, you can just click on your favorite game and you go straight in it. You know, like, and then I think, because from my understanding, they're about to expand on how many devices you can play it on. Like, it's already so many devices you can play Stadia on. It sounded like that lady was talking about adding even more devices. I'm like, man, what more do we have? Like, she wanna take over. So it's good that they're not making it difficult for people to try this new technology. For me, I took it as, okay, they have something in play for people that's in other countries that may not have the technology that we have over here, and they're making it even easier for people to play cloud gaming.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it sounded like to me. They didn't say it directly, We just have to see. I'm just speculating, for all those people like to take things literal, this is just an educated guess. Go for it.
So the other thing that's huge, I would say, with the affiliate marketing is that, any game developer, let's say Capcom, could just have a link to play on their website. Like, what if they launched like Monster Hunter World or something, and they just like had like their homepage is like, click here to play. Even though it's hosted by Stadia, at least they had the opportunity and power to just drop their link and let anybody play for free in any given time, like any device as well. So that's huge. The way I look at it, like that's like really major for any game developer or partner to be able to have that power to do so. So yeah.
Think about it like this though. Wouldn't it be amazing? You just drop it, like you said, dropping that link and then just clicking into a game, playing it. A person like me that never even played Monster Hunter World at all, I go in there and I'm like, man, this is amazing. You think I wouldn't even make it to the 2 hours if I like it. I'll just be like, man, I got to get this game. I'll probably be like that in the first 30 to 45 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And then all your information that you played on that game transferring over when you buy that game. Dude, that's crazy. That is amazing right there. No technology has ever existed until now like this.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like I was saying earlier, like it's like, do you need a publisher? Do you need it? You could do this all on your own now with what they're doing. And I think they took it a step further, like a huge step further even. Like so we were calling it Stadia white labeling, but I guess now they're calling it immersive stream for games. I think that's what's happening here. I know a lot of people are like thinking that people were confused and thinking that that's going to be bad for Stadia, but no, that's really powerful. Is Xbox offering that to their developers? Is Sony?
No.
You know what I mean? It's still revenue for Google, which is good for Stadia.
No, it's going to be, like Stadia is obviously their main customer right now is at this moment, I think, is the publisher, is the developer. Could be some publishers, but really the game creators. And yeah, I mean, it's that's where they decided that that's where their piece of the pie is, or that's what's going to push the market, or at least they're doing their part, right? I'm not going to say that's what's going to do it. I'm not going to say that, but at least as it goes here, I'm glad they are, and hopefully other cloud players, cloud gaming console or whatever we want, cloud gaming platforms, can add as well. Because, I remember just thinking when I was younger, like, why can't I play, like I had a Nintendo, like why can't I play PlayStation? Like, when you're younger, you just don't think about that. And you're like, I just want to play like that game.
Yep.
Which is now
exactly.
like.
Yep. I did that same thing growing up, honestly.
Yeah. It's now
I can't play Super Nintendo over here. It's a game. It's a game, right?
Yeah, it's a game,
right? A lot more to it than you think, sir or ma'am.
Yeah, no, and then it's like tribal. It's like it's now developing to tribal warfare. It's like
it is. It really is.
And so, like, you're just like, why are we playing games? Like, I always tell people, Windstar, you may relate to this one, but like, if you want to go to war, go to war. Like,
right.
Like Call of Duty or something. It's a game.
Right.
So, I just remember that vision back then of like, why can't I just like, if I play it over here, why do I need to buy the game for my Game Boy, my Nintendo?
Yeah.
So, that was a real thing, and now I think we do have the technology to really break down those walls and get back to just enjoying games. It shouldn't take.
The the technology is getting better, and it's getting better faster.
Yeah.
So
You know what's crazy? Oh, go ahead.
I'm good.
You know what's crazy though? I've always looked at gaming as just being fun. Like I never looked at it as, you know, it's Xbox being better than PlayStation or vice versa or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like I remember, okay, when something came out, there was like one system at a time. So you had the, like at the very beginning, you had the Genesis, you know what I'm saying? Well, even farther than that, the Atari, and then the Nintendo. You know, it was like, okay, the Atari came, we played that. All right, they stopped making them, or went out of business, whatever the case it was. Then you had the Nintendo, so you're like, oh, okay, hey, we're playing the Nintendo, you know. Then you got the Genesis. All right, I guess that's what's out. Then the 64, you know, and it didn't really become a, well, this thing is my thing, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to play these games, you got to come over here, until I think like PlayStation and Xbox. And this is just my opinion, you know, like really bad, because you had like Xbox, you couldn't play Halo unless you was on Xbox. And you're like, dang, man, but I like Halo, you know. I mean, I don't want to buy another system. Yeah. So it's like they bait you, like, oh, okay, man, I gotta have Xbox for this, and I gotta have PlayStation for this.
Yeah,
So,
you're stuck in their little ecosystem.
Yeah. It's like, man, I just want a game, and y'all just doing this to me. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy all your systems, and whenever a game that comes out that I like, now I got the console.
Man,
I just buy
that's me right now.
Man, tell her to say me too, and it's expensive.
It is.
Oh,
so I got, honestly, for me, man, I was like, you know what? I don't have time to just keep a storage of game system that I'm not playing. I literally have a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox 3 that I don't even touch. You know, definitely not the PlayStation 2.
Good game.
I mean, my PlayStation 3, you know, believe it or not, it has a lot of great features on there that a lot of people didn't even realize it can do. So you can use it around your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to, I can print something from my laptop, you know, from the PlayStation 3.
Yes,
a lot of people don't know that. So I leave it for things like that. But that what is that PlayStation 2, man, I never touch that thing again. Probably never ever. You know what I'm saying? Like never ever. And it's just sitting up in there, just collecting dust.
Unless you're trying to play Vice City.
I'm about to say, or Jack and Daxter, you're not going back. You're not gonna play Ratchet and Clank.
Man, look, let me tell you, the only thing that I can even think of playing if I hook that thing up would be, what was that, Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Man,
I had like Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. So I like 1 because it has Blade on it, and I like 2 because it got Cyclops on it. You know what I'm saying?
Solid.
So I can't even think about even putting that thing up, because now it's like, well, you know, you really game to play with other people. That's what gaming was about. You know, you invite some friends over before they did the whole online thing. You invite some friends over. Hey, man, let's game in my place. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just playing video games. And it was only 2 controllers. And y'all shared. Y'all took
I got to the point where I had Xbox parties, doing LAN parties, dude.
I was gonna say the same thing. LAN parties, man.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I'm gonna lug my Stadia over to your house so we can play.
But
no
now,
need.
You know what's crazy though? Even if I wanted to, you know, go over to your crib, you know, hey man, I'm in town, I'm gonna go to Mayne house. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? You got an extra TV I can hook up the Stadia to? Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the TV, someone's watching that TV, but guess what? I got this laptop. Open up that browser, you know what I'm saying? Even if I wanted to commute with that Stadia equipment, dude, it could fit in my pocket, and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
It's already in your pocket. It's your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your phone. It's everything. So I love the way that technology has improved with gaming. I do not like the way that it turned into a whole battle for the who's gonna have the popular games, or who's gonna have the most people, and everything. I
battle of the brands.
Because honestly,
That's a good point, man.
Stadia would be amazing if you just let Stadia be Stadia. If there was more games coming to Stadia, because it's not Google. They want games coming to Stadia. They want that.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't people in the way with all this, like, hey, let's make it look bad, let's do all this. Like, I've heard it all. And that's so crazy. I never understood that. I'm like, man, I thought we just supposed to be gamers and we go where we like to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
especially now that we have cross-platform.
Right. Yeah. But think about it like this. If someone said, look, if everyone that's gaming said, look, if y'all don't put games on every single platform and not hold back, we're not gaming anymore. You know how amazing that would be? Like, and they look at it and see like, man, nobody's playing video games at all. All right, we got to do something. Every game that comes out, it has to be on every platform. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to choose. Like, all right, I don't want to buy another system. I'm buying PlayStation. I got a PlayStation. I don't want to do nothing else. This is what I'm playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right here with Stadia.
Well, that in a way, that's what's
more games.
But that's kind of what's beautiful about what they just set up. Like, you can, with what they're setting up, with the porting and everything, you can write your game to work on whatever you want it to work on, and it'll still work on Stadia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to focus all your attention towards Stadia, but you can still use these tools.
I think that's a power move right there, man. That was a power move. That like I told people, I said, look, if y'all thinking that this $1 billion company, Google, is gonna even acknowledge some stuff like, hey, Xbox just bought out Microsoft or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or Activision. That's what it was, Activision, right?
Yeah,
whatever
Activision.
they bought it. And then, oh man, PlayStation just,
Blizzard.
Sony just bought out, you know what I'm saying? If you think that was something so big that it made Google even look that direction, you're a big fool. You're a fool,
it's
man.
one publisher.
You're a fool. Google said, you know what? Okay then. All right, well, look, I don't have time for them. I'm doing other things. We trying to promote other things. We don't have time to play those childish games. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all about being mature in it too. And I love the fact that Google is just not playing an immature game. You know, they're still doing their own thing. They're not even acknowledging it. And when you don't even acknowledge something or put what they say, what the old people say, put fuel on the flame, it just die down. It just die down. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving it fuel. Go ahead, Purple.
Yeah, they may cut you off there. So
no. I was done.
No, but I think an interesting thing, about people who are saying like, hey, for these people like who are all about Xbox buying Activision, obviously that hasn't went through or anything. But what I really like about what Stadia is at least doing with the creators is, really allowing the creators to be creators, developers. And a perfect example of this is what's going on right now with Microsoft, the company we just said we talked about, and a lot of people are all hyped about what they're doing. But, I have a content creator on YouTube I respect greatly. He's all about Perfect Dark. And it looks like Perfect Dark is going to come down. Like, I'm almost willing to bet the house that when Perfect Dark comes out, it's not going to be that great, because it's now in a corporate environment. It's no longer that independent brand that really made that initial one back in the N64 days what it was. And so I think if you really like games, you really want to like connect with those creative minds that give us these like sometimes like life changing experience. You remember those stories, those narratives, that like those plot twists. You have to cheer for when developers can be developers and not being told like, well, we have to make this back up on the investment, right? Like anybody who's cheering for the Activision for Microsoft, I can only imagine what's going to happen to that IP. I mean, there's not going to be like any creative like experimentation. It's going to be the same, wash, rinse, repeat. You're going to lose developer. Like we see it. Like we were literally now.
Yeah.
This is what works.
I'm
Do
very
this.
salty with that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Blizzard was like my I grew up on Blizzard, and once it merged with Activision Blizzard, all the Blizzard games just pretty much died out. It was just nothing but like all they cared for was Call of Duty, the next Call of Duty, the next WoW expansion, but the quality of like World of Warcraft was just going downhill. And that was the major game that I played growing up. And even like their RTS games, all the creative minds left, and they pretty much made their own studio with all the original developers. So now it's just a name.
Yeah, I think that like pointing like just for a second to just talk about the whole thing that Purple was talking about, just as far as Activision is concerned and everything. Just think about this. Like there's a couple of us who are Destiny players. When they did that merger with Activision Blizzard, what happened shortly after that? They got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Bungie left. They said, "Oh, we see what's going on here, and we got to go." Right. So I think for them, honestly, when they talked about that merger, I laughed and I said, "I bet Bungie's sitting there wiping their brown right now." They just went, "Woo, we dodged a bullet," because man, just like Purple was saying, I think they were trying to impose that same philosophy onto Bungie, and Bungie was like, "No, we want to do the things that we want to do how we want to do them," and they started to realize that this idea that they thought they had, it didn't work. And so I think also coming back to what Purple was saying, it's interesting. It'd be interesting to see in that respect how their relationship with Sony is going to be, because they said that they are now acquired by them, but they still want to let them be Bungie. So just in that, like, I wonder what that's going to be like with Activision and Microsoft. But I don't know if it's going to be exactly what we would hope it to be, right? I think it's I don't even know what Bungie and Sony are going to be like. They say that they could be
we seen what
but we don't know.
We see what they did with Microsoft. So they got out of there when they wanted to, I mean, they did have to let go of Halo, but they made a ton of money to go and do what they're doing right now.
True.
And I kind of sympathize with what Windstar was saying with the whole Blizzard thing. It's like, is Halo fire? Yeah, sure. But is it Bungie fire? No.
That's true.
Not the new one.
That's true. So we'll see what happens as far as that is concerned. But that does bring up, Purple does bring up some good points about that, and it's going to make things interesting to see. But they should let developers be developers, and this initiative that Stadia is venturing in is a good move for those developers that want to be them and bring their games to the platform without any hindrances or any gatekeeping or anybody saying, "Hey, it would be great if you did this or added this to the game." It probably will make it a little bit better, right? They don't have to worry about that. They're saying, "Hey, just make your game, let's talk, bring it to the platform, rinse, and be done." That's it.
Yeah, one thing I didn't hear at the keynote that I kind of was expecting to hear was about I'm not sure, they probably mentioned it, but the expansion.
They didn't mention that.
Other countries?
They did? Something that they mentioned.
Yeah, they didn't mention it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I think the expansion's coming. For sure. I think there's a lot of hints of that.
I've had 5 people from India hit me up this week saying they got to the demo page. They were so excited. And then as soon as they clicked the button, it was like not available in your country yet. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I mean, I think like we kind of know where the expansion's going to be. I think it is still a little bit off, right? Because you got to think, like I've mentioned this before, Google, they don't launch their products everywhere. They really don't. Everybody can have a similar experience, or as much of a similar experience as possible. So I think India is a little bit further off, but I'll be very surprised if we don't see like something like a Brazil, Mexico, Australia, Korea, maybe even Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but these guys, they what was crazy about it is they were like, "Oh, that's cool," and I was like, "It runs on mobile." They were like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I'm interested," because mobile gaming. But yeah, I think we're gonna see, like you said, Google's gonna do it their way and in their time, and it's gonna be the right time when it happens. So, but yeah, one thing I've been noticing going around the community is you see a lot of bickering. A lot of bickering between no, my cloud's better. No, my cloud's better. You know, like going back and forth, and it's like here's the thing. I love Stadia. I think Stadia is the best thing since sliced bread. I love it. But
sliced bread was a good one.
It was pretty cool when it came out.
You know,
it's not that cool right now, but it was pretty fire at first.
Right.
So like
calories.
But what I'm saying is when before I settled on Stadia, before it all went down, I looked to see. I was like, I'm gonna check out and see if there's other cloud gaming platforms, right? And at the time, you had to download and install a Windows app to even like for Luna or xCloud or any of that. And I couldn't even install it on my computer. It wouldn't even, well, I could, but it wouldn't run. That's how I ended up at Stadia, like saying, yeah, that's what I want. It was because it was just super simple and it worked for me, right? But the thing is like, it's like kind of like right now, at least it's an individual experience. So like, Stadia works great for me, but the next guy that tries it out, it just might not work for him. Or xCloud might work great for him, but like I said, it didn't work for me. So it's like, I'm not saying that xCloud sucks or Luna's not. I'm not going to do that just because it didn't work for me. If that makes sense.
I think it definitely makes sense. I mean, I take it like it maybe a step even further. And I think it's something we talked about earlier. And that is like gaming is about having fun. And so anywhere you can have fun, I'm happy for you. Like if that's on a console, I'm happy for you. If that's on a chessboard, I'm happy for you. You know, if that's in the cloud, you know, I'm happy. And it's going to be multiple things, right? Like we just know that. So I think as long as like I can see some people who are not happy today get happy because of cloud game, I'm happy for them. And some people are like, hey, I want to play this game in the cloud, this one not great. Mm-hmm. I just think that's the point of gaming. That's why we do it. And when we start to make this a little bit more tribalism, we have too much of that in the world right now. And gaming should be that place where we're just gaming.
You can get away. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are competitive, right? So, I mean, I understand discussing features and this and that, you know, but it's when you're taking away from somebody else's fun and you're just arguing semantics, like, like what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I personally, man, I've never been in, even growing up, man, I never got into that. I've always tried my best to be as objective as possible as far as like giving my opinions on what works, what doesn't work, and how I feel about something, but still not to the point to where I'm dragging somebody else and their opinions or their choices in gaming down because of that, right? And I think that it sometimes is a little bit baffling to me that you could have people, and this happens across gaming in general. Hey, if you don't agree that Halo is one of the best FPS games, and you're crazy, like you wouldn't even belong in the same league, like that kind of mentality. If you don't believe that Sony is this, or you don't believe in Stadia or xCloud is this, and you're crazy, and it's all this bickering, and I think it's like we've kind of taken just this crazy approach to gaming and enjoying what was once a hobby, and we're looking from the lens of these brands, and we're kind of like saying, hey, this is what I'm pledging allegiance to. Now, if you don't agree with my stance and what this company is doing, then you don't belong here, or your opinion doesn't matter. And I think that we need to relax from that and say, the point is that it's all gaming. It's games, just like Purple was saying, regardless of where you play. I don't care where you play. Are you having a good time?
It's just the beginning of cloud gaming.
Yeah, cloud gaming in general. I have no hate towards any of the cloud gaming platforms, not one. Will I give you my opinions on them? Absolutely. But if somebody comes around and says, Purple says, hey, I hear what you're saying, Mayne, right? I heard all the stuff that you said about this platform, but this is what I prefer. I have no problem with that. Cool.
Right.
I'm not going to deter you from enjoying that. But there's people out there that will say, hey, I don't like this platform. Why are you on that platform? It doesn't do this.
They'll
It
be
doesn't
like,
do
that platform's junk.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It baffles me that we're still dealing with that. And people aren't really saying, enjoy the game that you enjoy wherever you enjoy them.
Well, especially as Stadians, we just went through that whole Business Insider article, and everybody else telling us that Stadia is dead. Meanwhile, we're sitting here telling you, no, this is the best thing I've ever played on. You know, this is the most fun I've ever had. So, like, I think we should understand that, like, it doesn't feel good when somebody does that to you. So let's not perpetuate that. You know, we like the cloud gaming community is awesome. It's an amazing place. The cloud gaming community will show love like no one else. I do not want to see everybody start picking each other apart. That's my concern.
But yeah, and Jeff is right. He said it happens with phones too. It happens with Android. It does. It's not just gaming, but I'm saying in this instance with gaming, it's just that it's that approach. But yeah, it happens too. I mean, I just came over from I've been on Android for about 4 or 5 years and came over to Apple. And to hear people talk about, like, people got on my case because they wouldn't be able to see me typing when I was on Android. Like, okay, get a life. Like, you want to watch while I type? Like, that's a big deal. Like, that's the kind of thing that they would do. And I'm like, there's no need for that. But you're right. It happens in other areas too. But just in this instance with gaming, it sometimes is a problem, and it could actually deter somebody from joining a community or a gaming space because of that approach to it. So it's a problem, I think, that we need to really address and work through.
Well, I mean, one thing I want to say, and shout out to Doc Dark 1985. One thing I want to say is, if you love your platform and you're a cloud gamer, you have to realize that your platform doesn't work for everyone. It's not gonna, if you're having the smoothest experience, it's not gonna be smooth for every single person that tries that platform. It's early in the tech still. I mean, like, what's crazy about it, especially like if you want to talk about console versus cloud, is like if you think back to when like Netflix first started, right? They were shipping out DVDs, and then they switched to the streaming service. And at that time, people still had DVD players, Blu-ray players. There was still a Blockbuster Video. All right. You know what I mean? Right. It's like it took a little while, but now you can stream movies in 4K. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's over with. It's done. It's gone. Same thing with MP3s. It's over. It's gone. And now you got Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max. Most of us have one of those services, if not more. It's the same thing with cloud gaming. So, like, for all of y'all that think like cloud gaming's dead and it's just like a novelty, it's like, no, this is the future. And I salute xCloud and Luna, like, do your thing, because I want to see that competition. I want to see Stadia get pushed. I want to see Stadia grow. I mean, I don't know. I like, right after the keynote, I noticed immediately, as soon as I started up Stadia, there's new features in there.
Yep.
The store completely changed. Well, not completely, but I mean, it's a lot different than it was.
You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference.
What's your so I know we didn't Windstar and Suave. What's your thoughts on all that right now? What's your stance on that? And what have you noticed, or what do you think is like what kind of points do you have to make on that topic?
On which part?
Just the way that gaming is, as far as some of the tribalism that we talked about, and how, you know, to enjoy the things that you enjoy wherever. Do you guys have any thoughts on that, or you kind of pretty much echoed the same sentiments that we all talked about?
No, I feel like, man, if I think LoFi had a great point on, you know, the example with Netflix coming along and pretty much like blowing things out the water. Like Blockbuster is non-existent.
Oh, I can't take credit for that. I didn't. That's why I shouted out
I'm
Dark.
not, well,
Dark,
okay, I'm not
Dark.
gonna say it like that, but I think that technology moved in a certain direction, so it was moving other technology out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people like Cowboy, for example. He's still watching DVDs. That's why he don't have any hair on his head. So he haven't got to that looking at the cloud gaming and Netflix stream and stuff like that. He's still stuck in the past. He thinking about, hey, this hair is gonna come back anytime soon, but it's never gonna come back, bro, because you keep on watching, DVDs, in your roads with your cowboy hat on. But other than that, I also think that cloud gaming is a very unique thing, and I'm happy that they have other choices with cloud gaming. Like Amazon and with Luna, because Amazon Luna, that's the same company, right? So I'm happy that there's other cloud platforms, because if you don't have, if you like the design of something, if you like the way a controller feels in your hand, if you don't like the service that this one gives but the other one gives, then that's good, that's great. But as far as making a battle out of it, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's no what am I trying to think of? You don't have to make it a war to have fun. You know what I'm saying? This is just about fun, and I think that it's a great move, man. Technology is always improving. Things are always going to get better. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, why not, man? Why not improve? For example, before all the cloud gaming and everything, I love all the Xbox games. Like they had a lot of games. That's what I loved about Xbox. It was always a ton of games compared to PlayStation, right? But I didn't like the huge controller with Xbox. I like the PlayStation controller. So I was like, I just can't get past that. So I just became a PlayStation player, or owner, only because of that. I wanted to enjoy playing the controller, and it was just huge. It was a huge controller. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about
the battering
the design now. Yeah, and then the battery thing, you know what I'm saying?
No, the battering. That's what they used to call that big controller.
Oh, okay. But then they also have
the
when
Duke.
Xbox came out, they had you put batteries in the controller.
Yeah.
Instead of just charging it by the wire, like PlayStation had that. But I think Xbox at the beginning they did not. You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing. I was like, man, that ain't the battery died. So I got to go back and get some batteries and all this stuff. That it was just a bad experience. So if it's something like that, something simple as that, I can understand you going to a different platform. Like my example for coming to Stadia, like I said, I was big on PlayStation. I loved PlayStation, but they started doing this whole PlayStation Plus, and they making it mandatory to play online with your friends. I didn't become a gamer just for that. I wanted to become a gamer to play with my friends with no restrictions. I'm already playing for internet. I don't need to double pay. You know what I'm saying? So for me, getting Stadia, there's no payment to play online with your friends and everything. I can enjoy gaming, and without
that's what I'm saying.
Extra, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be cheap or anything. It's just
Stadia is free.
It makes sense. It just makes sense. Why would I double pay? That makes no sense to me. So it just makes sense more to be on a platform. I don't care who it is. I'm okay with losing those gaming friends that I had on PlayStation, because now I got new gamer friends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that. That's my take on it. So what about you, Windstar? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got something?
Go ahead. Yeah. So for me, I'm all about the games. I'm all about the tech too. So like any new tech that's out, like I like to get my hands on it. I don't want to listen. Like get persuaded by other people's opinions without ever trying it. So for me, like I'll be everywhere. I'll be on the Nintendo Switch, Xbox. I made it for this generation, particularly. I made it like my duty just to get all the platforms. Like kind of like Ray, he has the Xbox, he has the PS5, he has the PC. I'm the same way. Like, Steam Deck's coming out. I'm gonna get the Steam Deck too, like regardless. So when it comes to gaming, cloud gaming, I'll play all platforms. xCloud at first was not like hitting for me. Like the performance wasn't as good, but I'll tell you recently, it's been on par to Stadia, and I'm saying that as someone that's been playing Stadia since day one. So like when it comes to all the like bickering and fighting on what platform's better, you probably won't see me doing that. Shoot, I'll be on mobile too. Playing the mobile games. I'll be anywhere. So that's my take on games in general.
It's pretty crazy that you can play all these cloud gaming platforms. You can be on all of them, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. And then Ray even mentioned Boosteroid. I know that's a new server that's coming out to the US soon. That's probably something I'll try in the near future too, just to get my little take on it, and see what that platform has to offer compared to all the rest.
So this is kind of my personal opinion, so I'm just throwing it out there. But in 5 years, I don't think you're gonna see any more consoles.
Oh no, I think even less time than that, brother. I think even less time with that.
Oh, I think they're gonna milk all those consoles for all they're worth while they still have a shelf life. But
man, I'm telling you, the way
I think cloud gaming is where it's at.
Yeah, the way, this is just my opinion. The way things are moving, technology is moving super fast, man. And I think that consoles compared to cloud gaming, it's gonna move fast. It's gonna start moving fast, just like cell phones. Like they're always coming out with a new cell phone every few months. People gonna start going like, man, you know what? Cloud gaming is a little bit better. Why do I need to keep on that light bulb? It's just gonna pop on. Like, why am I buying a console when I could just do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I spending extra money when I can just do this?
Why do I have a stack of CDs when I could just have an MP3 player in my pocket?
Right.
Bro, the cloud is gonna be, it's huge. The cloud took over having so many things like a CD player, VCR, DVD player. The cloud just said, hey, no, we're just gonna put everything in one area. Now what you want? There you go.
Well, I mean, I take that back. I take that back. I don't know anybody doing MP3s anymore. It's streaming. It's cloud.
Is. One person.
Well, I mean, some people do, of course. But.
I think you're. So I actually, Stadia is usually my main gaming platform, but I think there's always going to be a market for cloud or for console players. I don't want to say that it won't exist. We have people who are still.
I definitely think PC gaming will be around forever.
No, PC will, but you have to think. When I think of console game, like a company, I think that will probably not go to the cloud just because it is in their DNA to, like, it's in their mission statement to, like, they want to touch you, like Nintendo. I don't see Nintendo necessarily going to the cloud for their stuff. I think their hardware is designed with the player in mind. Like,
aren't they already in the cloud though?
They are, but that's not for their first party games. I think for mobile they are.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm not a big Nintendo person, so I don't.
No, and then I also think when you think of Sony, we'll see. I mean, the timeline you put out was 5 years. I don't.
What is up with Sony? Why are they so slow?
Well, I think
they bought out OnLive. They've had that technology this whole time and done jack with it.
But you have to
That's a
understand.
Sony question.
You have to understand these models, right? Like, right. If you think about Sony, how many PlayStations did they sell last generation? Like 50 million, I think, 60 million. If you start to like transition to a cloud, service, what's going to why are people still going to go to Sony? Like now you are more likely to go to Amazon, go to Microsoft Cloud, going to Stadia, and Sony knows that. Like that's why they
well, my point is they bought online. They've been cloud gaming like all this time. They've had a chance to make these steps.
Yeah, I think it's their focus, right? I think that it's just their focus and where they want to be, and like one of the things that I've always said about Sony, and I love the company, but their focus, much like Nintendo, has been their first party and providing a certain kind of polish to their games and to their products. And so what they did, they kind of built a walled garden. You've heard it mentioned before. They built a walled garden, and now they're starting to look around. They walked out of the garden and realized that things have changed. And so now they're like, oh, well, okay, even though we had cloud gaming, right? They have PlayStation Now and things like that. Some of the service, the tech, they didn't really put that focus on that because that's not where their business sense was focused. They weren't focused on that. They were worried about getting the best story narrative driven games, single player games, providing the best online service and perks that they had, providing the best hardware and selling the most consoles. That was their primary focus. And now they're like, okay, we're noticing some things around here are different. We're noticing Microsoft, Xbox, Google, all these people are making these moves. And now we want to be a part of that. So now we have to figure out a way to use this technology that we kind of, in a way, put out for a while, but we never really paid attention to. Now we got to spiff it up a little bit and show everybody, hey, we're here too. And I think that's just where we are right now. They're just trying to play catch up.
I'll say it like this. The only way I would see consoles going away are if consumers/players stop paying for consoles, right? I think at the end of the day, like gamers have that power to force something, and so I'm not sure if we're there yet. I think like it's just a generational thing, but once again, I really don't care. Like if someone wants to pay $600 for that, or wants to get their PC and always upgrading it to play the fastest stuff, as long as I still can game and play. I mean, I don't have time now to play all the pro games that are free, let alone like the new games coming out that I buy. So that's how I feel about it.
I think one major thing, I think Ray had mentioned in the comments somewhere, but I think the major thing is going to be like the consoles not holding as much data as the cloud can. You know, like
that's where it's going to hit that limit.
Yeah, with consoles, you're going to reach your data cap, and then they're going to say, well, in order to get more data, you have to pay for it. The cloud is like, nah, we're just going to load it up and do all the maintenance and everything. You won't even know it's happening. You can still be gaming. You can still be gaming.
Suave, that's a really good point, because we look at Destiny 2, right? What was the reason for them taking away some planets and putting in the vault? Space. They said that the game was getting too big, and they needed to find a way to keep the game going without, doing too much. And I think that's a really good point. If they were to continue to do that, then every single planet that and all the different places that we've been able to go to in the game would still be there, because he wouldn't have that issue.
Let me tell you, Mayne Game. Some people will even say that that's the smartest thing I ever said on this panel.
Well, but I mean, it was a good point, man. That was really good. I ain't even thought about it that way, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Ray. That was, he brought it up and he made me think of that. Like, dang, that is true. Like, I can remember. Think about it. PlayStation 2. You had to buy all those memory cards. You played to your limit, and you had to buy all those memory cards. I have like at least 5 of them up in that closet. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it's like, well, you can get the PlayStation 3, but then if you want more storage, you got to get the PlayStation 3 Pro, or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you come in, introduce, so I don't have to worry about how much I play on the game. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man, I can play Destiny all day and on the weekend and not have to worry about it slowing down or needing space or anything like that, or stopping and deleting something that's already on the console just to free up space?
If you really think about it, the only thing really holding cloud gaming back would be bandwidth and data caps.
Yep.
But
And
anyway.
that's a separate issue entirely. Yeah, that's now we're getting too deep in that.
Hey, but
Yeah.
the internet spreads further every day, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But is there anything you guys want to add? Is there anything you think I'm leaving out here? Any final thoughts?
Windstar. What's up, my man? You got anything to say?
Nah, I
Start
think
being
we're good.
quiet over there, man.
I think hardware is gonna be around.
Yeah.
For some time.
How long though, Windstar? How long you think consoles hardware is going to be along?
Let
Like, how
us
many
know.
years? Yeah, how many years you expecting it to like last?
I'd say like a decade or 2 decades.
Get ready to clip it.
You think about
You
10
know-
years? You think about 10 years?
Wait a minute,
it's still
though.
gonna be around.
Wow,
I think it's still
that's
gonna be
a
around.
long time. Windstar.
I just had a thought.
Was it a cloudy one?
Well, it was a cloudy one.
Oh,
it
wow.
was. I was
wow.
thinking. I did say earlier, I think PC gaming will be around, still, even after the consoles.
Hmm.
Dude, even computers are going to the cloud.
Oh yeah.
Look at all the netbooks.
Oh man.
That's really where it's going.
Yeah.
Dude.
The cloud's
Oh.
taking over. Speaking of taking over, I want to thank you guys for coming to the show. I looked on my subscription page right when the show started, and I just saw Cloudy Thoughts live all over
Oh,
my
nice.
page, everywhere. Thank you guys.
Hey,
It's
can
good
we
to see.
can we talk about something real quick before we go?
Yes, please.
So, if I don't bring this up, he's gonna go cry in his cowboy hat. But Cowboy would like to speak on the Ubisoft scaling.
Yeah.
Please, because I missed
Please,
that. Tell
missed
me.
that.
please
too. I don't-
address
I don't
that
know what
before
it
you
is.
go cry.
I think we all missed it.
It is like, he's put it in there about 3 or 4 times. So
Let's
like
yeah.
the
I
little
saw.
kid with his
Okay,
hands
so
up.
I was on Four Scars stream earlier, and I saw them bring it up, but I missed when they talked. I was in PUBG.
Mhm.
Oh, then I definitely was on PUBG too. That time.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a 2-minute video if you're able to pull it up. I mean, the link is here. It's a Ubisoft Scalar announced trailer, cloud native technology. If you want to pull that up really quick, or do you want to just go ahead and just kind of like pass it by for now?
I think we're gonna have to come back to it, man.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I missed that, guys. It slipped past me.
It
But,
was. I mean, if it would have been someone else that brought it up, like Purple, Mayne
Well, no, I wish
Games.
Cowboy was supposed to be
Yeah.
here.
Hold on. Anybody else in the chat besides Cowboy? It would have been talked about, but you know what I'm saying? It's what it is. Now, for everybody watching this man started this with Suave. He started this. Suave let it slide about 3 or 4 times. So that's just a disclaimer.
I
right there.
know, Cowboy. That's why you were supposed to be here, bro.
But
Hey.
the news just dropped today, right? This morning.
Yeah, it dropped,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
I was like, dude, did I just miss that? I was like, what are they talking about?
Man. Hey, another cloudy thoughts topic.
That's why it's
you know?
Cloudy Thoughts.
There
on
you
Monday.
go.
Cloudy thoughts.
Stay tuned. Cloudy Thoughts. But yeah, man. I mean, so okay, let's start with Mayne. You want to do any shout outs, or you got anything coming up you want to talk about on your channel?
You know what, man? I just want to shout out to all the gamers, man. That's what it's all about today. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say shout out to the gamers. Keep playing what you're playing. Keep enjoying what you want to enjoy. And that's all I got, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I enjoy being here. Shout out to all the panelists and support them. See what they got going on. And yeah, my shout out just going out to the gamers, man. Enjoy what you enjoy wherever you enjoy it.
All right, Windstar, what you got going on?
Shoot, Mayne said it all. So
Nah.
Nah,
Knock out, man.
hey, that was good though. You know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just same thing. You know, just play where you want to play. I'm doing it already. You can see it all over my channel. I'm gaming wherever I want to game, essentially. Just enjoying all the games. So just shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone playing games and doing what you do. That's
Nice.
So what's up with this? Huawei? What you got going down?
Man, if you don't mind, with your respect and permission, can I shout out a few gamers that's out there?
You can do. It's your spot. It's your time.
Okay, man. So I just want to shout out Ray3473. You know what I'm saying? Check that
Most
man
definitely.
channel out. Shout out Stadia Pro Gaming. Check
Yes.
him out. Also check out SQUIDdzz. That's Squid with 3 Z's. Check that man out. I'm trying to think anybody. Oh, Cloud Validation. I cannot forget that man there. So
Yeah,
shout out to
nah.
Cloud Validation,
Yeah.
man. Check his thing out, man. So
Cloudy V.
that's what I want to. Yeah, Cloudy V, man. So those are the people I want to shout out. And if you out there and I forgot you, man, please charge it to my head, not my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you out there. Oh, what's my man? Oh, Deuce Penny.
I am
Shout out to what's his new gaming?
I am Change.
I am Change Gaming.
I am Change Gaming. Shout
Man,
out to
bro,
man
that
there,
guy,
man.
he's making moves.
Mhm.
He's a good dude. So yeah, Purple, what you got going on?
Oh, shout out to Purple.
Oh, yeah,
man,
go ahead.
Because Purple, dude, you have really been very supportive on a lot of people in the community going on their streams and everything. So, man, shout out to you, dude. You know what I'm saying? You really,
Absolutely.
you really came through for me on the
For
whole
real.
Women's Appreciation Month, and this is March. It's still going on, so we appreciate you, man. Thank
Yeah,
you
shout out to
so
all the
much.
female developers out there making games for us.
Yeah, shout out to all the women all over the world. Period, man. Because
Yeah, I love you, Mom.
Yeah,
Right.
we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
even past March, show your support. Don't let it
Yeah.
stop in March. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Shout out to the girl S. Leah, man. She gonna get on to me if I don't shout her out.
But yeah, Perp, floor's yours.
Well, thank you, Suave. Well, with that said, there is going to be on the Stadia Bash community page this Sunday. There will be a Women's History Month panel. I will be on it, and
Awesome.
also probably coming up this week, I will start doing my own streams of games. I always told Cowboy that was going to probably be my
Yes.
so hopefully I can get that going. But no, definitely thank you all for all the support. This community is amazing. Just looking at everything here, all the chat's amazing. And shout out also to Ambi, who's been supporting my page since day one. So thank you.
You have a page, Purple?
Yes, link down in the description.
Yeah.
Dude.
She just started it during Cloudy Thoughts.
You late, bro.
Bro, like, you know what?
Not
Hopefully you make it the first time.
Everybody get over there and flood it. Just slap that subscribe.
Yes.
Get over there and slap it up.
Dude, she gonna have like
Also-
1,000
Also, PurpleHaze has a channel down there in the description. Also, Cloudy Thoughts has its own channel. If you just want the
Yeah.
podcast, you can go there.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you for showing up. Shout out to Cowboy, man. Sorry you couldn't make it tonight. We're gonna get you on here. But you should have been here. That way you could have told us all about that Ubisoft.
Yeah, we'll get you a Ubisoft Scalar lab coat, and we'll have you just get up there and just do a presentation. All you.
Or we can get him a
yes.
lollipop so he can stop crying. Dude. Look, you mentioned it again. Look, Ubisoft
Bringing the heat.
again. The 5th time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Somebody pick him so he can put his hand down.
Oh, he said, "Let me come on."
Exactly.
But look at all these content creators. Look at all these content creators in the chat, bro.
We gotta go now. Thank you.
Right? He's like, just let me just come in for a second. Just one minute. Nah, man.
Tell us in Discord. Tell us in
Hold up, are you
Discord.
free right now, Cowboy? You trying to come on right now?
Bro, nah, LoFi Monk. We got other stuff to do, bro. We got.
I was
other
gonna
stuff to
say-
do. Hey, next episode with him, bro.
I was gonna say I'd already sent him a link to join.
Bro,
he already could have done it.
That man, right? He had something to do.
Look, he still petitioning. He said, "Bro, 5 minutes all I need,
I
dog."
already sent you the link, bro.
Nah, he gonna come on here starting trouble, bro. Nah.
Look, so he can come on and do this right here. Look.
Oh, Ray.
Yeah, jump all around and everything like that. We ain't got time for that, bro. In this thing, shoot. We got things.
Nah, that's all love, bro. It's all love,
all
Cowboy.
love, man. It's all love.
Hey, Suna, get at me in the Discord, bro. Get at me in the Discord. We're gonna be on tomorrow night. And we'll get at that scale.
Forgot the roundhouse.
You know what? Hold on, just for you.
What just happened?
I got you. Hold on.
What just happened?
Yo,
here, bro.
Oh,
here we go.
There
Here we
it
go.
goes.
Look, I don't even got the cowboy hat. All right, listen, real quick. I know y'all trying to go. Guys, this is very important. So when Stadia first came out, they had the promise of being able to have massive worlds. Remember, they said we plan on allowing you to have a battle royal game where you can have like 1,000 people, right? And everybody's like, whoa, that will blow your mind, right? We could do things you can't think of. So today, probably about somewhere around 4:00 p.m. Eastern time, Ubisoft just made a video. You can look the video up. It's only 2 minutes long. Look it up on YouTube. Ubisoft
right now.
Scalar. Okay, they announced that, and I really think Stadia gave them the technology. This is what I think. So remember, Ubisoft has been riding with Stadia the hardest. But remember, Stadia had all these plans, and they canceled SG&E, Stadia Games Entertainment. Well, just today, Ubisoft announced their cloud, not platform, but their cloud computing, pretty much like a brain. So they're going to allow other companies to utilize this, like, I forgot how they worded it, but just think of a cloud brain to be able to add stuff, compute. The word compute is better. To compute stuff in your games that you can't do. Kind of like what Stadia was saying. So they showed like a little video of showing that it's always thinking, it's pretty much Skynet, but it's always thinking it's going to be able to, so you guys know how Microsoft does Flight Simulator, right? On the Xbox. It looks amazing, right? But half of it is being run through the cloud. Azure, so let's say you make a regular game, right? On a PC, on a PlayStation, on an Xbox. So you figure you can't do but so much. But if you have half on your hardware and majority of it in the cloud, and the thing is, like, the thinking part of it will be in the cloud. So Ubisoft platform, not a platform, because it's not that you're going to be able to, they're not going to make games, although they did say they're working on a game, a cloud native game. Guys, listen to me. It's going to,
yo, listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. And shout out to PurpleHaze. Shout out to Windstar. Shout out to Klimax. And of course, shout out to my man, Mayne Games. Guys, check out his Patreon. He has some amazing content on there.
Check out Mayne's Patreon. Guys, listen, I got to give credit to that guy, Mr. Josh Warren. He's the reason why my channel is monetized. Like, literally, all jokes aside. But listen, guys, the reason why I wanted to mention this, watch the video. It blew my mind because this is literally what Stadia was wanted to do. This is literally what people got. Some people who got excited for Stadia because it was going to like do mind blowing stuff. Ubisoft just announced that tech. And it was like,
that's dope. Whoa,
because we haven't heard, like, no one is like, I know Microsoft was working with Sega, right? They're supposed to come out with a massive thing. I know Jade Raymond left Stadia and she's working with PlayStation, and apparently her game is going to be 1,000 gigs, right? We know no game is that huge, right? So people think it must be cloud. But this is the first time we actually, and also Microsoft's supposed to be working on an MMO that's cloud. But what Ubisoft showed today was more credible than what if. It was cool the way they said it. They said everything you ever thought is possible was only a dream until now. I'm excited because they rock with Stadia hard. So I'm just saying that, guys, you got to look up the video. Just go to YouTube, put in Ubisoft Scalar. It's 2-minute video. And trust me, now, if you go to the website, it's a lot you could actually read and learn about it. They give examples of what they could do. It's mind blowing, guys, because we haven't heard something like this until GDC when Stadia first was talking about coming out.
By the way, I have to I give a special shout out to LoFi Monk. Yo, you have the best beats on the internet. Like, what? LoFi Monk.
Yeah, he's the guy, man. Yo, listen, this panel right here, can I just say this before I go? You guys are the future, man. You guys are literally, well, not Klimax, but everybody but Klimax. You guys literally, man. Yeah, like I am Rated Game and Cyborg there. We said in a year, we're going to be the next up and coming guys. But you guys, and that was last year, by the way. So we're old now. But you guys, man, it's all about you guys, man. Mayne, you're killing it with everything you do, from different games to your personality to singing, your entertainment value. Klimax, anyway, we're going to skip him. But Windstar, bro, Yay, like, Windstar is killing it, man. My thing with Windstar is he got the biggest balls out there, yo. Windstar, he just blew me away with singing, didn't care.
Just letting him swing.
We already know the day you get serious about content creation, she running us all out of the business.
Game over.
My guy, LoFi Monk, bro, you're like the mega package. Just when you do that face reveal, it's gonna be on. And Klimax, I can't leave you out here. I told Josh earlier, I said Klimax remind me of a young you. Yo, he's talking about relationships and all that stuff. So I just want to say thank you for having me on. But guys, Ubisoft Upscaler, we got to check it out because this is what Stadia originally talked about. So that's why I'm so hyped, and I feel like we had to put it out there.
Man,
Well, hey, we all appreciate you coming on because we did need that info. Thank you.
Yeah, man. But
I just got one question, Dad.
Okay.
When your hair gonna run to your head again?
Yo, don't worry about my hair, all right? The hair's gone. It ain't coming back, all right? I'm
Listen,
at peace with that.
Let us see.
So two things, man. Two things. You might as well just go ahead and add chapters and add, the Cowboy Takeover to that, just so people can just get straight to it, right? And then two, you got to end it. You know how you got to end it. You know what you got to say.
You know what you gotta say, bro.
Come on.
That the climax sucks.
You know what you got to say, man.
Oh, come on.
Come on, give it to
Let me
us.
look around real quick. Cause I'm a cowboy. Oh man,
my man.
Yes, thank you.
Now, your mama.
That was epic.
This is look, man.
I would have been so disappointed if he hadn't done that.
Man,
bro. Look, I'm gonna say this. Dog. This guy, he thrives for my attention, dude. Like he will not stop until I give him some attention. He thrives for it like a little kid. Like I was just minding my own business, man, just chilling.
He hit me every time like that too. He was like, "You ain't gonna read your YouTube chat. You ain't gonna read your YouTube chat."
Right, bro. Like this dude just thrives for it. Like, bro,
you gotta love Cowboy.
I don't want to entertain you right now, man. Like, oh my God, put your hand down, sit down, little kid, and go in the back corner or something. Go take a nap. You know what I'm saying? You tired right now. Focus on growing. Focus on growing, you know. Focus on that. You're like 5 foot nothing, bro.
So
focus on growing.
So before we got into that with Cowboy, did you have anything else you needed to say, Purple? No, we're good. Okay. Well, man, I just want to say thank you guys for coming to the show. Thank you guys for joining the chat, being here with us live. We're gonna be moving. We're not moving. We're gonna be right here, just same as usual. But we're also gonna be. We'll be going on to Twitch probably next week and into Spotify and some other places. Oh, wow. So be on the lookout for that. And hit that like and subscribe. Check out all these great content creators channels and the chat. Even look at the chat. All those guys, amazing content creators right here, right now. Thank all of you. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. Stay tuned for another episode of Cloudy Thoughts tomorrow and Monday morning. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for showing up, and
thank you for having me, man.
See y'all next time, man. Peace out.
Peace and love, everybody.